Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Diablo 3. My name is Wilfred. So these couple of days I spent quite some time watching all the videos on YouTube with regards to the Diablo 4 announcement, all the Q&A the developers have, and read up a little bit online on what what would the D4 looks like. And it's kind of interesting because as I read on and as I look at all this game design, it does remind me very much like Marvel Heroes, which is one of my favorite games, my wife's too, and I think a lot of you on my channel as well who really like the game as well. So I'd like to spend some time in this episode, like a video blog, to talk about my feeling, how I feel about the whole D4 announcement with regard to a similarity to some of the Marvel Heroes kind of gameplays that we were familiar with. By the way, the backdrop of this video is the Season 18 Archon, two of us, my wife and I, playing the Wizard, Season 18, and the first time we are trying Greater Rift 100 to just the two of us, so it's quite a big deal for us as well. All right, now if you go back to what the Marvel Heroes, and some of you may not be aware of what Marvel Hero is. It went offline, but it's a game created by David Brevik, who is also the creator of Diablo and Diablo 2, as well as Helge London, and currently his latest game is called Eat Lurks Below. So now Marvel Heroes, I believe that Brevik wanted to make a game, D3, like Marvel Heroes, like is his version of a D3, how he envisaged that to be. And it's so interesting that a lot of these ideas are being from the very trivial one to the more like game design is being used in a D4. Now let's start with the more trivial one, like the mounts one. If you play the Marvel Heroes, you remember the fast travel. So like Black Widow has a bike, and Thing has the kind of like a shuttle kind of riding on it. And it's very useful to get to places, especially for public event, to get it fast. And as the character dismount, then the mount kind of like fly away, just like what you've seen in the D4 game, kind of like a gameplay trailer with the sorceress, just riding a mount and suddenly jump off the mount and attack some mobs. It's exactly what we've been doing in Marvel Heroes for many hours, many days back then. So it's that's the first one that I've got wow, it does look like that. And the second one is the ultimate. So in Marvel Heroes, if you recall, the ultimate is something that you can do it every 10 minutes, and you could use some of the ultimate token to shorten the cooldown of the ultimate. But anyway, each hero have their own ultimate, be it like the Thor or Hulk or Black Widow, anything you can think of. They have some like ultimate, which is like a big kind of huge kind of attack to the boss or anything around you. So in D4 will have ultimate, the character will have ultimate as well. So that is yet another thing that kind of like got me like, whoa, okay. So that is the kind of remind me of that. So besides the trivial ones, another thing I can think of is a danger room, as well as one short story. So now if you recall what the danger room was, basically these are some of the tokens that you get, like key dungeons. So in D4 there will be key dungeon whereby there will be like various kind of affixes to it, like double bosses. So if you remember, in that danger room, you can have all these random affixes. You could have the double bosses as well. And double bosses was really fun because you can spawn like two whatever bosses out there, curse or whatever that that have it, what have you. So in a way, yeah, I'm very excited to see what the danger room is going to be like. The D4 is going to be like for the key dungeon, very much like a danger room with all these affixes like electronic, electrocute, kind of like a bubble on the ground and whatnot. It's just exactly like what the danger room was back in the Marvel Heroes days. The one-shot story is basically a dungeon with quest inside. If you recall, There are stories about the apes, about the zoo, and the based on the comic book setting. And the key dungeon in D4 would have some quest inside as well. You get to do some quests, and that adds some meaning to the dungeon itself. Very much like the one-shot story that we were used to have in Marvel Heroes. So that again is very, very exciting to me personally, because that really make it very, very much like playing the Marvel Heroes Danger Room and One-Shot Terminal. What about the outdoor bosses or public events? Well, guess what? It's very much like the Midtown Manhattan, as well as the Industrial City Patrol. If you recall the MM and ICP, we would go into a dungeon and we would run around doing our thing, and then all of a sudden the boss being spawned, and everybody converge onto the boss. 20 of us trying to take down the boss, and the boss could be like Kingpin, it can be like Elektra, or whatever it is. So I think the D4 would be somewhat like that as well. That suddenly, all of a sudden, it's just like some main boss going on, and what you do is just you go around farming, and after that, every now and then there'll be a big boss, and then everybody go there, and after that go back to whatever you guys are doing as well. So I think it's going to be a rather exciting game, D4. I mean, from someone who liked the Marvel Heroes back then. Last but not the least, remember the Power Cube. We could use the Power Cube to add skill point onto the power itself. The Power Cube you can augment into some of these, like I can't remember what kind of slot that you can put in, but basically you could augment the all your skill with the Power Cube. And Q4 D4 Diablo 4 has the you can have those skill card token to augment the skill as well. So if you recall, what they are saying is that they have the skill points system in D4 as well as the talent tree system in D4. So the skill point is the one that is permanent, that you can't change, you can't respec out from it. The other one is the talent tree is the one that you could change, I believe. So from what I read is that for D4, if you play long enough, you get all the skills anyway. So you can loot some kind of the token to increase the skill point, very much like the Marvel Heroes days, the Power Cube. So all in all, I mean, there are many similarity as well. As and when sort of like get more information on D4, I'm sure I'll share more on how I feel about D4 versus the Marvel Heroes. So it's not going to be, there'll be more episodes like this one. But I'm very excited because I always bring a lot of good memories back in the Marvel Heroes days. And looking at some of the game kind of like a mechanic gameplay that is going to be very much like D4, that is like the Marvel Heroes back then. Wow, I mean, that really mean a lot to me. Alright, so now do drop me a note below as well. I mean, some of you are also big fan of Marvel Heroes, and you may also got some of the ideas about what are the similarity between a D4, which is a new game from Blizzard, and also a Marvel Hero, which is a game created by the founder and creator of Diablo and Diablo 2. Alright, so I'll see you next time. Goodbye.